The Life of Blessed Carlo Acutis.
Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.
Imagine a 15-year-old boy, full of energy and joy, just like any other teenager. He loved video games, hanging out with friends, and surfing the internet. But there was something extraordinary about him. This boy wasn't just any teenager. His name was Carlo Acutis, and his story is one that inspires millions around the world. Carlo was born in London on May 3, 1991, to Italian parents who had moved there for work. Just a few months later, the family moved back to Italy, to the city of Milan, where Carlo grew up. From the start, he was a pretty normal kid, cheerful, witty, and active. He loved football, loved computers, and like many kids today, he had an interest in the digital world. But what set Carlo apart was his deep, unshakable faith. At a young age, Carlo developed a special bond with the Eucharist, the body of Christ in the Catholic faith. His mother, Antonia, remembers that when he was just 7 years old, Carlo made his first communion. He didn't just take it as a ritual, it became the central moment of his life. He truly believed that Jesus was present in the Eucharist, and this belief shaped everything he did. Now, let's talk about Carlo's passion: computers. In a world where many teenagers were glued to social media or playing the latest video games, Carlo wasn't interested in wasting his time on mindless entertainment. Instead, he used his skills to do something incredible. At just 11 years old, Carlo began to design websites, but not just any websites. Carlo wanted to create something that would help people understand and connect with their faith. One of his most remarkable projects was a website dedicated to cataloging Eucharistic miracles around the world. He spent hours researching, reading, and compiling stories of when people had witnessed the miracle of the Eucharist turning into real flesh and blood. These stories were often unknown to many, and Carlo wanted to share them with the world. Now, you might be thinking, why would a teenager spend so much time on this? Well, Carlo wasn't just using his computer skills for fun. He felt a deep responsibility to spread the message of God's love. He understood that the internet was a powerful tool, one that could help people around the world discover the beauty of the Catholic faith. Carlo didn't just stop at the online world. He lived out his faith every day. He attended daily Mass, spent time in prayer, and loved to help those in need. Whether it was volunteering with the homeless, supporting sick people, or just being there for his friends and family, Carlo's life was a living example of kindness, humility, and generosity. But life wasn't always easy. When Carlo was 15, he started to feel unwell. After some tests, doctors discovered that Carlo had leukemia, a type of cancer. It was a devastating diagnosis. Even in the face of this terrible news, Carlo's faith remained unwavering. He didn't get angry. He didn't ask, "Why me?" Instead, he faced it with incredible courage and peace. In the months that followed, Carlo continued to live his life with joy. He would visit the Blessed Sacrament every day, and he'd often say, "I offer all the sufferings I'm going through to the Lord, for the Pope and for the Church." Sadly, on October 12, 2006, Carlo passed away at just 15 years old. But his legacy didn't end there. After his death, something incredible started to happen. People began to realize just how extraordinary Carlo's life had been. His devotion to God, his love for others, and his ability to use modern technology to spread faith made him stand out. His cause for beatification, the process to declare him a saint, began just a few years after his death. And on October 10th, 2020, Carlo Acutis was declared blessed by the Catholic Church, a step away from being declared a saint. One of the things that makes Carlo's story so inspiring is how relatable he is. He was a teenager, just like many of us. He loved the same things: video games, technology, friends, but he used his talents for something greater. Carlo shows us that it's not about waiting until we're older or more mature to make a difference in the world. He reminds us that we can do something meaningful at any age. The lesson in Carlo's life is simple, yet profound. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be faithful. He wasn't a superhero. He wasn't rich or famous. He was a regular teenager who loved God and loved others. And that's what made him extraordinary. Today, Carlo Acutis is known as the patron of the internet because of how he used technology to share his faith. And his story continues to inspire young people everywhere, proving that no matter where you are in life, you can always do something great for God and for others. Carlo once said, "To be always united with Jesus, this is my program." And if we look closely at his life, we see that he lived out that program every single day. So, whether you're a teenager or an adult, whether you're struggling or celebrating, Carlo's story reminds us that with faith, joy, and a little bit of creativity, we can all make a difference. And maybe, just maybe, we can help bring a little light into the world, just as Carlo did.